Hey friends, this is Jerry on Maintenance Monday. Today I've got two ceilings that I worked on the last couple of weeks. Want to show you the repair that I did on them, how they turned out when I got them completed. So sit back and enjoy the video, and we'll see you later. Basinia! Okay, here I am on another job. This one is the ceiling with water damage. You can see here quite a damage there. So what I'm going to do is put some 3/8 inch drywall over the top of this ceiling. Get a nice hard flat surface again. Then I can finish that down and paint it. Here in the hallway, this was peeling, and I had to peel this off. It was the rough plaster, which you can see right here. Then they put a real thin coating applied over that rough plaster and then paint it. That's the way they did back in the day. So it came loose. I think they had a water leak from upstairs from a washing machine, and I peeled that loose plaster off and paint, and then I'm going to fill this in with some new plaster finish. Get that surface level down again, and then we can finish it down and paint it. Okay, got the drywall hung. This bad area up above is gone now. Now I can finish down the seams on here, get that taped and mudded. That'll be the bed coat. And then after that's dry, I can apply 2 more coats to finish it. And then prime and paint. Here's the hallway. I got it peeled and filled back in, mudded in, or well, plastered it back in to fill it back to the same level so everything matches together here good. And then apply some finish coats on it. At least one, sand it, prime it, and paint it. Okay, the ceiling, I've got all the drywalls up. I put the drywall over the old plaster. Back in this area here, it was all rotted out from water, leaked out of a washing machine. And so I got this 1/4 inch drywall over the top. The reason for a 1/4 inch is because up in these corners, so there's this little 1/4 round trim, and to take it out would have been a real big hassle because this is a paneling they put in here, and everything would have to be cut down to make room to bring the trim down lower, and it's just kind of cobbled up in here. It'd be better just to leave it. And I butted the drywall right up to that 1/4 round, as you can see here. And up along here there's a little bit of a crack all the way around where the drywall didn't quite touch, so I filled that all in with a special plaster compound. It's good harder material. It'll stay in there, won't fall out, break out, crack out. And I got the seams bed coated. They're back filled is what we call them, in screw heads. Tomorrow I'll come back and I'll put the fiberglass tape on and run some compound over the top of the tape. And once that's dry, then I can put another coat on it, compound. Okay, here we are. Second coat of compound on the ceiling, all the way around the perimeter of the ceiling, the joints, all the screw heads. Next step will be a finished coat of compound. Well, the ceiling in here is all done. I got this sanded now. You can see it's all nice smooth finish down along this wall where I had to fill that area in too. Had to peel it out and fill that back in with compound and make it all match together again. once they're at it painted, you'll never know where this was. I'll show you that when I get it painted. Now here's that kitchen ceiling. Got it all done. Got 2 coats of primer and paint together on it. She's all done, all drying down. Look nice. Okay, here's the hallway. Hallway's done. All sanded, primed, painted. This area here too, I primed it and painted it. They'll put this other color back on up here. This is what they wanted me to do, and they'll finish the rest of this. So here we are, job done, customer happy. Besidia. Well, I'm done with Midland, Michigan ceiling. Now I'm going to Reese, Michigan, work on another ceiling. Take a little ride with me and I'll see you there. Well, this ceiling here is a new job. Up here on this ceiling there's drywall, 2 layers of it. And the last layer here was glued on under the old one, or yeah, I think it was glued on, and the glue was popped loose and it started to drop. So it's bowing down across here, and there's the kitchen, the dining room, and in this living room. So what I'm doing now is I got to take some longer screws, possibly even jack the ceiling up tight, refasten it with more screws. It should have been in the first place. Then I'll have to mud them, sand it, and then paint the ceiling. Guys, well, look at ya. You guys just want some pet and attention, don't ya? Huh? Yeah, you do. Well. All right, I got the drywall fastened up with these screws. Put good 3-inch screws in it. You can see over here this light, how much gap there is there from the bottom of that light plate to the ceiling. That's how much the ceiling went up in the living room. And then in the dining room, got all this done too. I got the screws in. You can see how much this went up in here too, by the gap up here on these lights. So my next thing is to mud the screw heads. Well, now I've got 1 coat of compound on all the screw heads. You can see they pretty much have disappeared. So this is dry enough now where I can put my other 2nd coat on it, and the screw heads will be done, and then once they're dry I can sand it and paint it. Over here in the kitchen, dining room, I did that already too. They're still drying. I just did that one last. By the time I go the 2nd coat in the living room, the dining room and kitchen will be ready for a 2nd coat. And then I will show you the next step after I sand and prime and paint. Well, here we are. 2 coats of primer and paint on here, on the ceiling. All the screw heads are all been covered up. The ceiling is back up where it should be, so it's not no drooping in it no more. Anyways, this ceiling here is done.